Eric with Wolfman here. I'm going to show you how to mount a tank bag real quick. All the Wolfman tank bags come with two straps. Basically, here's your rear strap. That's your rear mounting harness. Elastic keeper in the middle. Two male buckles. Two elastic keepers on each strap. And then two uni loops sewn at the ends. That's the rear strap. Now the front strap looks a little different. It's a single piece of webbing like so. Two male buckles, two elastic keepers, and then an elastic strap or an elastic keeper between the two. I'm going to start with the rear mounting, which mounts to the rear of the frame. The front mounting goes under the steering head tube here. But I have to separate everything out to make it happen. I'm going to grab a bench real quick so I can put all my stuff on it. Pop it out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to separate a buckle, elastic keeper. The other keeper goes between the two. Buckle, elastic keeper. Now I have the keeper strap here. And then I have a single strap. I'm going to mount right below this engine mounting bracket on this Yamaha T7. They all go the same. It's the same process for every tank bag. Depending on the bike, it's just a matter of when and where. So I'm going to slide it under the tube right here. Let me switch sides. I'm going to slide it under the tube, come out, and capture the buckle. One thing to note is that it is sometimes handy to grab a pair of tweezers. Didn't add that in. I have a pair of tweezers now to make it a little easier. So reach through here, grab the piece of webbing right there, pull through, just like so. And now it's cinched around the pipe, and it comes up, and it's going to go on like that. I will do the same on the other side, but I'm going to zoom in and show you how to do it. Let's zoom in now. So we're zooming in. Let me remove this so you can see it. So I'm going to cross over. I'm going to run the strap around this frame tube. Behind this little body panel, I'm going to grab it with a pair of tweezers. It makes it easier, like so. And then I go through the 1-inch uni loop. Let me get those out of the way. Do that again. I go through the 1-inch uni loop like so, and when you pull on it, it cinches tight around the frame tube, and it's going to come up to the tank like so. I'm going to do the other side real quick, and we will make this happen. So I attached the other side mounting strap, and now we're going to add our elastic keeper, and what this does is just keep the buckles from flopping and touching the bike or anything when you take the tank bag off. It's basically one of the pieces of webbing through one loop on one side and one on the other. So it's going to look like an H when we're done, just like that. Okay, so then we're going to add our elastic keeper here. 1-inch buckle, elastic keeper, and 1-inch buckle. Alright, so the rear is done for now. I'm just going to tuck it behind the tongue of the seat. And next, we're going to do the front. The front's a little different. With a front mounting, one of the things we really want to pay attention to is it has to go under the steering head tube here. Never, ever put it under this triple clamp, top triple clamp here. I've seen that happen, and it's not safe at all. It is not safe. Do not do it. There we go. So never put it under here. Okay, so the front, what we're going to do is take the buckles off, take the elastic keepers off on each side, and the center keeper. So what we're going to end up is just a one continuous piece of webbing. And the way it works is you can work from either side, left or right, go all the way down under the triple clamp, or under, all the way down under the steering head tube. Grab it and pull it up. Now the other thing you want to be very cautious about is you don't want to pinch any wires or hoses or anything. So sometimes it's a matter of just tucking it behind the wires, especially on the steering head tube. Now we have the little keeper here. As you can tell, a lot of times it's greasy. So we're going to thread webbing through there on both sides, like so. Plastic keepers in there. Buckle. Plastic keeper if you want. Now you'll have a couple of them. And the buckle. Okay, so now the front and the rear harness are attached to the motorcycle. Let's add a tank bag. Alright, now that we have our front and rear harnesses mounted, we're going to add a tank bag. So we're going to start with the largest tank bag over here, the BLACKHAWK tank bag. So we're going to snap in the front buckle on the left. We're going to do the right. Because of the angle of this tank makes this bag a little hard to grab. There we go. And one thing you'll notice on the front, you're going to have ample webbing. So you may want to trim it down, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, the front is attached. Now we'll attach the rear. So now we've got the bag on. And so you can adjust it fore and aft to a certain point. Want to make sure there's no binding on the handlebars, that the handlebars won't connect or contact the bag anywhere. So on this one we can go just a little bit further forward, and there we go. So I'm going to make it there, and then we're just going to really snug it down in the rear. We've got a lot of keepers here. Actually, potentially too many. Actually, like so. And then we want to center it this way, so you can readjust the straps and buckles to get it nice and centered on the tank and where you want it. So what do we do with the tabs in this excess? You can tuck it under that keeper, or we have this other one. I actually put it on the wrong way, it turns out. We're going to put that through there, and then down. So now we've got kind of a nice complete strap management that way. Attach it, do the same thing. Okay, and then we snug them down properly. Same up front. And it's funny, even though it is one piece of webbing, it makes it easier to adjust both sides and get it done. Okay, tip on the BLACKHAWK. You want to get gas. How do you do it? Undo the front. Just bring it off. You can tilt it off on the back side. You can lay it down. Tilt it off to the side, like so. Fill up. You're going to want to loosen one of the buckles up just a pinch. And the same up here. Fasten it. And cinch it down. Especially if you're going off-road. You want that really nice and snug. Okay, so that's the BLACKHAWK tank bag. We're going to do the ENDURO tank bag. And the ENDURO is a little different because it's shorter. It's a smaller bag and more compact. So, we'll start with the rear buckles this time. Same concept, but we're going to loosen them up quite a bit because this one needs some more length in the rear. Front, essentially the same. That's what makes it nice with the new WP series. It's the same harness for all the tank bags. That one's set. Now we'll do this back one here. Cinch it down here. Strap through there. Okay, nice and stable again. Then to get gas, clip the front, tilt it off to the back, fill up, snap it on. What do you do with the excess? Well, you've got the elastic keepers here in the front. And so you can run that. If you're going to trim it, you want to leave about 6 inches of tail. So it gives you something to grab, and then tuck it in through the keepers so it doesn't flop around. And what that elastic does is when you undo the bag, the buckles don't flop through. So I've shown you how to mount the BLACKHAWK and the ENDURO tank bag WP to a motorcycle. It's universal, so it's the same thing for every motorcycle out there. And for more information, check us out online at wolfmanluggage.com.